we want to use transformations to graph our functions, and for both a and b we have a logarithm. Now this one is log base 4, the second is log base 7. Remember, the general shape for a logarithm graph looks like this. So this is y equal the log base a of x. Here the base has to be larger than 1, but those are the types of logarithm graphs we're going to focus on. Goes through the key point at 1, 0 for the x-intercept. And there is a vertical asymptote right along the y-axis. Okay, so that's the general shape that we're going to be moving. For this first one, we have the log base 4 of x minus 2. So what we want to think about is, what does the x minus 2 do to the graph? And since it's inside my parentheses, I've got to go either left or right. And a subtraction of 2 means to move right 2. Remember, on the inside it's opposite of your intuition. So now to move the graph, what I want to do is focus on moving a key point, and the best point to move is this point 1, 0. So that point moves right 2 to now put it at 3, 0. It's also a good idea to think about the vertical asymptote. Instead of that being at the y-axis at x equals 0, it also gets moved to the right 2. So that's going to come through right here at x equals 2. And now I'm just going to draw in the shape of the logarithm. Okay, and now for this one, what we have is a negative sign that's different on the inside of our logarithm graph. Negatives always reflect, and we need to think about which axis does it reflect over. Well, it's in with the parentheses with the x, so that means it changes the x values. And the x values are changed with the y-axis. So we get positive x's on the right side, negative x's on the left side. So this is going to reflect over the y-axis. And then once again, I want to think about moving a key point. The point 1, 0, when I reflect it over the y-axis, is now going to be at negative 1, 0. The vertical asymptote is on the y-axis, so reflecting it over the y-axis doesn't change anything. But now my shape is going to be on the other side. So when I reflect that, it's going to look something like this. And there we have the general shapes for our two logarithmic graphs.